Just wait for it to change up there, and then you know it's gone on. Hi, I'm John. This is Linz. Together we're Blighty to Paradise, and welcome to our first ever going live. We've never done it before, so this is all new. Whether it works is a different matter. So hopefully you find some things useful in here. We're currently in the UK. We came back for Christmas and Linz had to have an operation. We'll be back out in the Philippines in 2 weeks' time. Lynn's a bit later, mainly because she's got some personal things she has to get sorted, which is just unfortunate. Okay, first question that's come up here, Linz. How did we meet and how long have we been married? Let's see if you can get this one right this time.
We met in Saudi Arabia at an airport.
Jeddah Airport.
Jeddah Airport. I wasn't sure if it was the Dubai Airport.
No, Jeddah Airport.
And we've been married for 6 years. Okay.
Right, you can tell she remembers being married to me. And I suppose the next question then is, what inspired us to retire in the Philippines?
Well, what inspires you?
And should I say, part of me, I've worked a lot outside of the UK most of my life, or I've lived outside. So I've always liked travel, but I don't like the cold. So that's made me want to always look for somewhere warmer. And about 9 years ago, I went to Thailand for the first time, and I love Southeast Asia. It was like coming home. It's paradise. And for a while, we did look at Thailand. And Thailand's a beautiful country. It's great for a holiday. For living, not so good. There's quite a lot of hurdles to overcome. And we looked at Malaysia. Malaysia was like England, but with better weather.
Yeah.
So it didn't have the appeal to us. And then we went to the Philippines, and that's been the greatest bit. We went last year, and that was it. We were quite happy with it. So, what would you say is the hardest part of leaving the UK?
Family.
Yeah.
Leaving family behind. Especially if you're close to your family, that's a little bit difficult to leave behind.
Yeah. And did you have any fears or doubts about moving abroad?
It's just changing. It's like changing formats really from one country to another.
Yeah, I can get that. It could be quite hard.
Yeah.
So, how did we choose Bacolod as our destination?
I'll let you answer that one.
Well, what we did to start with, when we started looking at the Philippines, was we typed in top destinations in the Philippines to retire in. And it came up with Dumaguete. And we looked at quite a few of the bloggers down there, and they were telling some, their stories, of their lives down there. But it's when they started touring round, it didn't look really good. And then we come across some other bloggers from other parts of the Philippines, and it looked a lot better, and it just happened. We've seen quite a few. We quite like the guys that were showing us around Bacolod, so we went there, and
Plus you've got friends in Bacolod.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, and that was something we didn't expect. When we were in Saudi, I knew quite a few Filipinos, but one of them, he worked on the diving side along with me at weekends, and we knew he lived in the Philippines, but we didn't know where. And it was, when we were asking him, it just turned out he lived in Bacolod.
Yeah.
So that made things easier. So, what's your favourite things about living in Bacolod?
It's the people, it's the friendliness of the people and how helpful they are compared to being in the UK. If just say an example would be just say I'm struggling with some things, or because I use a walking stick and just I drop that. People in the UK just walk past me and just watch me struggle, whereas in the Philippines, straight away somebody's there to help you and open doors for you and help you cross the road, that type of thing. So the people are extremely friendly and want to help.
No worries. So what advice would you give somebody considering retirement in the Philippines?
Do your research.
I'd agree with that. Do your research. Don't just listen to, you
Yeah.
know, a blogger in a city. You know, I know a lot of bloggers. You know, I don't know, a lot of people when they first start looking at the Philippines, it's Dermagetti. The Philippines isn't Dermagetti. There's a lot more of it.
There's a lot more. There's so many different islands and everything. But do your research. Go out there. Try it first. I wouldn't just go out there and live there automatically. I would go out there and look around and do a bit more research and see what you think.
So here's a question both of us can answer on different elements of it, okay? So what's your experience with healthcare and medical facilities within the Philippines? And I'll let you go first, Linz.
The healthcare, when we first went out, I went out for physio. And the physio was just beyond belief. It was excellent. Really, really good compared to being in the UK, because the physio structure here is really poor. I don't want to slate the UK, but I'm saying it as it is. Unfortunately, the physio here is really, really poor, because you just get referred to using an app which has no support, and if you're struggling to do the physio, how are you going to get that support just using an app? Whereas the physio in the Philippines, it was affordable, and I had such a good team, and all the exercises and the support I got given was just absolutely superb.
No, I was going to say my experiences with dental, and I can honestly say I've had dental in the UK, I've had dental in the Philippines, and I've had dental in the Thailand. And in England, I would never recommend dental to anybody. Thailand is good. You know, don't get me wrong, it's good. You know, it's well known for tourism for dental, you know, medical things, and it is a good service. The better service is in the Philippines. You know, for the Philippines is the only time as I'm having a fill-in, I fall asleep. You know, so yes, you know, that was in Bacolod, and you know, and the practice is called Smile Anesthetics, and it's just on Bury Road.
Smile Aesthetics.
It's really good. It's a really good, awesome place, and I would recommend that to anybody. You know, it was awesome. Here's one for you. What is the process for finding a home or an apartment in Bacolod like?
I've researched a lot. Actually, I've seen a lot of pages on Facebook about renting in Bacolod, and I just went onto those pages and just asked questions. Going out there the first time has made me realise what I really need to ask for, because we kind of ended up in a place where we didn't want to be. But that gives a learning curve of what to ask for, the location, the type of house, what's the area like, is it quiet, is it noisy, and what's the house like itself, and all those type of questions. So actually landing in the wrong place the first time round has been an excellent learning curve.
Thankfully, the place we live now, you know, we don't have noisy dogs, which a lot of people tell you that's what you hear in the Philippines, or cockerels, crickets. You know, crickets.
Karaoke.
Yeah, no, I don't have karaoke where we are, but
No.
in other places, yes, karaoke till about 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and at weekends, all weekend.
But luckily, the place we're found now, it's such a quiet area. It's peaceful. All you do here is just the crickets on a night time. Very peaceful.
So, Next question. Do you have a bucket list of places you want to visit in the Philippines and in Southeast Asia?
Most of Asia.
I agree with you there. Yeah, there's lots of things I still want to do in the Philippines, but there are quite a few countries I still want to see in Southeast Asia. Indonesia, Korea, Japan.
Yeah. And other parts of Thailand I've never been to as well.
Yeah, so there are places to see. What's your favourite food or coffee spot in Bacolod?
There's a couple. There's one called the Tractor Cafe, and that's quite quirky, but the coffee's lovely, absolutely gorgeous, and you get a lovely watermelon shake there as well. But the people themselves are quite friendly and welcoming and everything. But there was another coffee place which has moved, and that was at the new government centre at Bacolod. They were on a corner. You had all these street foods, but they were based on the corner, and you could just sit there and have a gorgeous coffee for, how much was it?
About 25 pesos.
Yeah, 25 pesos or 30 pesos, but it was gorgeous coffee, and you can just sit there and just watch the world go by.
I've got to admit, if my number one spot would definitely be the Tractor. The coffee is awesome there. But if I'm down in the town centre around the plaza, it's Bong Bong's. But Bong Bong's coffee is the first coffee I've ever drunk black, and it's really nice. But I agree, NCG over night time, there are quite a few good places there. And have you experienced any funny or memorable travel mishaps? I can talk about a memorable one because that happened not long ago. I'm a celiac, so I always watch what I'm eating. But I got glutained when I was in the hills above Murcia, and we're going somewhere else. But trouble is, when I get glutained, I fall asleep. So when you try to ride the motorbike and you're falling asleep, it's actually quite hard.
Yeah.
You go on. You got any?
No. No.
Right.
No.
So, if you like our channel, please subscribe to it. And comment on it.
Your experiences of whereabouts you are in the Philippines and what your area is like and all those types of experiences.
Yeah, and I've got some of the videos that we're going to be doing. Is a day in the life. We're going to look at some property, so you can have a look at some different types of property and look at some of the costs for people, because people have asked you like that. And I was going to say, have we met any other locals or expats who've had a big impact in our journey? Yeah, that's got to be Jojo and Marlon. Really, Jojo and Marlon. Marlon we've known.
And Cheryl, not forgetting Cheryl.
Marlon we've known a long time. We met Marlon in Saudi, but Jojo, he's a really awesome guy. He helps us out quite a lot.
Yeah, he's really good.
And Cheryl's his boss. Really. Yeah, we've met a really good bunch there, to be fair. Yeah. So what about this next question? If you could bring one thing from the UK to the Philippines, what would it be?
Cheese. I love me cheese, and I'm finding out a lot of Filipinos do like that cheese, but it's a bit more difficult to buy there in the Philippines, whereas the UK, we make the cheese in the UK.
Yeah.
And there's an abundance of varieties, so cheese.
The best place we were buying cheese in Bacolod was the Museum Cafe, which is no longer there. So we've got to find where to find the cheese to buy the cheese. Because it was pretty good. And what's the best or worst meal you've had in the Philippines? I can't say I've had a bad meal in the Philippines.
Well, I would only say the balut, but I've never eaten it.
Yeah, but that's...
And I would never try it.
Yeah, but you can't say that's the worst meal because you never had it.
I know, so... But everything I have eaten,
Oh no, I know which one I was. I tried that Filipino breakfast with the corn, supposed to be with corned beef. That was disgusting. That was in Manila at the airport.
oh,
On the way back here. That was absolutely disgusting. I couldn't eat the corned beef. It was the first time I've ever had it.
but I just enjoy the chicken and rice, and that they do something called the chop suey veg, and it tastes all really fresh. And the best thing I've ever had is the fresh prawns, like buying a bag of fresh prawns. I've never bought so many for the money I spent. I thought I was going to keep on going, put them in the bag. I couldn't believe how many I got. And just done in butter on the barbecue. They were absolutely gorgeous.
And mine is the gambas,
Gambas.
garlic prawns.
Yeah,
Garlic prawns. That is the best thing.
Yeah.
You know, that has been
But I
done.
find the food pretty fresh, and local food. I'm not bothered about buying Western foods. I'd rather go local because local food's the best.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's a lot easier. Guys, I hope you liked our first stream. It's the first time we've ever done it, you know, and, you know, let us know in the comments if you'd